$22,000 in repairs, one car, 18 months. That could be your savings. Gone. You think you're buying German engineering. Sometimes you're buying the most expensive mistake of your life, and at some point you realize this car owns you. 9 cars, real bills, real regret, and number 1 will genuinely hurt. Everything in this video comes from real owner data, consumer reports, and documented repair receipts. This is your buyer's survival guide. If you think I got your car wrong, tell me in the comments. Number 9, Mercedes S-Class, W222, 2014 to 2016. Let's start with the one most people think is safe, the W222 S-Class, one of the most beautiful luxury sedans ever built. Whisper quiet cabin, massage seats, magic body control. On paper, perfect. In reality, a financial trap wearing a very expensive suit. Here's how it goes. You find a 2015 S550, 68,000 miles, clean Carfax, full service history, feels like a steal. You buy it, you love it, for about 6 months. Then the Airmatic suspension sends you a message. Not a warning light, a bill, one corner fails, then another, then the compressor, then the valve block. Typical stack, $4,000 to $6,000, just for the suspension. Command system issues. Repairs typically run into the hundreds. Diagnostics, $150 to $250 every visit. Battery coating, $400. One owner, 2015 S550, 68,000 miles, 6 months. Total bill, $6,400. And here's the part that stings. None of that makes it unreliable by Mercedes standards. That's just ownership. The W222 doesn't break dramatically. It drains you quietly, month after month, bill after bill, until the dream starts feeling like a burden. Silent strain. That's what this car does. Used market pricing, $25,000 to $45,000. Sounds reasonable until month 7. Most seductive trap on this list. Looks right, feels right. Then the bills start, and they don't stop. If you want this experience without the bills, the Lexus LS is the safer bet. And it only gets more expensive from here. W222 owners, mileage and biggest single repair bill. Drop it below. Number 8, Porsche Cayenne, 2011 to 2017. Every suburban driveway's status symbol, drives like a sports car, looks like ambition. Here's what Porsche doesn't put in the brochure. Buy a used Cayenne in this generation and set a timer. Because between 80,000 and 100,000 miles, the bills don't arrive one at a time. They arrive together. Transfer case, $4,000 to $6,000. Cooling system, $1,500 to $2,000. Air suspension per corner, $1,000 to $2,000. One documented owner stack, $7,800 in 14 months at 81,000 miles. And Porsche labor rates make every single job more expensive than it should be. You're not paying for a repair. You're paying for the badge on the technician's shirt. Steel springs, survivable. Air suspension, budget $2,000 to $4,000 per corner. No exceptions. On the used market, expect to pay $20,000 to $45,000 depending on spec and mileage. Not a bad car. An expensive relationship. Great until it isn't. If you want performance without the stacked bills, look at a BMW X5 with steel suspension. And this is still one of the good ones. Cayenne versus X5. Who kept value and who kept their mechanic busy? Tell me below. Number 7, Mercedes-Maybach. If the S-Class drains you quietly, the Maybach does it with a smile on its face. The car people buy to announce they've made it. The problem? Arriving doesn't protect you from what comes next. A pre-purchase inspection on one budget Maybach found belt cracking, coolant leaks, torn control arm bushings, bumpers needing refinish. On a car with under 5,000 miles, the S680 twin-turbo V12, beautiful, brutally expensive to service. Every part carries a Maybach tax. This isn't a Mercedes with extra leather. It's a different financial universe. And the resale reflects that reality brutally. Values drop fast. The buyer who paid for the dream absorbs every dollar of that decline personally. The expectation gap is what kills Maybach owners. You paid for perfection, you get a machine that demands perfection-level maintenance budgets forever. The Maybach 62 lost so much money per unit that Mercedes discontinued it. History has a way of repeating itself. The higher you climb, the further you fall. Buy it with your eyes wide open, or don't buy it at all. Maybach owners, first 90 days, year, miles, biggest bill, drop it below. Number 6, BMW 7 Series, G11/G12 N63 V8. We need to talk about the N63 because this engine is in more BMW models than most people realize, and it has a reputation that follows it everywhere. BMW considers 1 quart of oil every 500 to 1,000 miles. Considered normal for this engine. Read that again. That's not a quirk. That's a design characteristic that costs you money every single month. Then the turbos go. Typically between 60,000 and 80,000 miles. Labor, 20 to 30 hours. Total turbo job, up to $15,000. Cryptic fault codes requiring $2,000 in diagnostics before anyone touches a wrench. Brake-by-wire, advanced ADAS. Every layer adds risk. This isn't a car that breaks once and gets fixed. It finds new ways to cost you money on a rotating schedule. And owners who didn't know about the N63 going in, they find out the hard way, usually somewhere between year 2 and year 3 of ownership. And here's the cruel part. It's genuinely magnificent to drive. Rear-wheel steering, executive lounge seating, feels like nothing else on the road until the bill arrives. Street price on a used example, $30,000 to $55,000. Budget reality, $3,000 to $5,000 per year. Post-warranty, minimum. Financial destruction machine. That's not dramatic. That's just math. If you want this level of comfort without the engine gamble, the Lexus ES will feel boring, but it won't bankrupt you. And the next one is even harder to justify. N63 owners, did BMW goodwill anything? Year, miles, total bill. 7 Series versus S-Class. Who bankrupts you faster? Number 5, Mercedes E-Class. Wrong years, wrong engine. The E-Class is supposed to be the sensible choice, the rational German luxury sedan, the one that doesn't punish you, and for the right years, it is exactly that. But pick the wrong year, wrong engine, wrong options package, and the E-Class stops being sensible. Fast. 2007 to 2009 E550 M273 V8. Sounds like a performance bargain. Feels like one at the test drive. Then the timing gear goes. Cam adjusters fail. Balance shaft needs attention. Timing work alone. $2,000 to $5,000 depending on scope and who does the work. Add any Airmatic trim, and you're stacking suspension bills on top of engine bills. The right E-Class is one of the best used luxury buys in the world. The wrong one is a parts car wearing a luxury badge. And here's what makes it dangerous. They look identical on a used car listing. What you'll actually pay on the used market, $12,000 to $28,000. One rule, know the engine code before you make an offer. Everything else is just paying for someone else's mistake. The E-Class doesn't punish everyone. It punishes the people who didn't do their homework. Don't be that person. E-Class owners, engine code or coil springs. What saved you? Year, miles, bill. Number 4, Audi Q8 3.0T. One of the most visually stunning SUVs Audi has ever built. Wide, low, aggressive, and you're paying a significant premium over the Q7 for less space, less practicality, and identical running costs. That's the style tax, and you're the one paying it. Spec air suspension, $2,000 to $4,000 per corner. Time bomb, the dual-screen haptic interior ages fast. Faults cost real money. Coupe SUV resale is softening right now. Dealer lots are filling up. And Audi's accessibility tax, 10 hours of labor to access a part that takes 2 hours to replace. That's not a repair estimate. That's a hostage situation. Typical asking price on the used market, $45,000 to $70,000. Steel springs, survivable. Air suspension, budget accordingly. Always need space and value. Buy the Q7. Need to feel something when you pull up? Buy the Q8. Just know exactly what you're paying for. If you want the look without the premium, the Q7 gives you everything that actually matters. Q8 owners, steel or air, would you respec it knowing what you know now? Year, miles, bill. Number 3, BMW X6. Let's be honest about what the X6 is. It's the X5 with a roofline that costs you cargo space, headroom, and resale stability, then charges you extra for the privilege. Same drivetrain as the X5, same maintenance, same service intervals, bigger tires, higher insurance, more expensive brake jobs, and a coupe SUV niche that is shrinking fast. Dealer lots are filling up with X6s right now. The market is telling you something, and it's not subtle. Spec air suspension, same $2,000 to $4,000 per corner risk as everything else on this list. Used pricing runs $35,000 to $65,000 depending on spec and mileage. The X5 sitting right next to it on the lot. More space, better resale, identical bills. Buy the X6 because you love it. That's a valid reason. Just don't convince yourself it makes financial sense, because the market will correct that thinking the moment you try to sell. If you want the same drivetrain with fewer compromises, just buy the X5. X6 versus X5, who kept value, who kept utility? Drop your real numbers below, and we still haven't reached the one people refuse to regret. BMW 8 Series, Gran Coupe. The BMW 8 Series. Gran Coupe isn't just a car, it's a feeling, a statement, a moment. The problem with moments? They end. And what's left is a depreciation curve that will make you feel something, just not what you expected. The M8 Gran Coupe has lost nearly 60% of its value in 5 years. Nearly 60%. You bought a six-figure BMW. You now own a mid-range used car with six-figure running costs. The GT Coupe niche is shrinking. Buyers moved to SUVs and didn't look back. Wear items, tires, brakes, suspension, all priced for a car worth twice what it trades for. Insurance reflects the original MSRP. Your wallet does not. Looks like $120,000. Costs like $120,000. Trades like $60,000. That gap is where the regret lives. Budget $55,000 to $95,000 for a used example in this range. The most beautiful car on this list. Proof that beauty and financial wisdom rarely share the same driveway. If you want the look without the depreciation, this is exactly why the market moved to SUVs 8GC owners. Year, purchase price, what it's worth now. Let's see the real numbers. Number 1, Mercedes G63 AMG. And here we are, number 1, the car that hurts the most, not because it's the worst engineered car on this list, because of what it represents and what it costs you to find out the truth. The G63 is the most emotionally loaded vehicle in the world right now. Status symbol, cultural icon, a flex that announces itself from 3 blocks away. And for a while, it delivers everything it promised. The sound, the presence, the way people look at you at a red light. It's real, every bit of it. Then the bills introduce themselves. AMG suspension attention. Tires at $500 to $800 each. 4 of them. Brakes sized for a performance truck. Insurance that will make you reconsider your choices. $185,000 new and climbing. Annual ownership costs, insurance, tires, brakes, service, easily exceed $15,000 to $20,000 per year. That's not a car payment. That's a second mortgage on a depreciating asset. And when you try to sell, you discover the market for a used G63 is smaller than the market for a new one, because everyone who wants a G63 wants a new one. The used buyer inherits all the cost, none of the status. The G63 buyer didn't buy it for value. They bought it for identity. And when the bills arrive, the identity doesn't pay them. It never does. That's the part nobody talks about at the dealership. The feeling is real. The invoice is real. And one of them lasts a lot longer than the other. The G63 never pretended to be practical. It promised you a feeling. It delivered that feeling. Then it sent you the invoice. forever. G63 owners, be honest. Year, miles, everything you've spent beyond the purchase price. Let's see the real cost of the dream. Buyer's cheat sheet. If you're actually shopping right now, screenshot this. Air suspension. Budget $2,000 to $4,000 per corner. No exceptions. Engine codes. Avoid N63 early builds, M273E550 years, and W222 early production. Full module scan, PPI, not just a visual walkthrough. Ownership reserve, $3,000 to $5,000 per year, post-warranty, minimum. Extended warranty, non-negotiable on anything with air suspension or a turbocharged V8. Never buy a German luxury car without understanding three things: the suspension type, the engine code, and what the warranty does not cover. Everything else is just the price of the lesson. Outrow. 9 cars, 9 regrets. From the S-Class that drains you quietly to the G63 that sends the invoice with a smile. The dream is real. The badge is real. The bills are real. And the pattern never changes. If you're about to buy one of these, stop and rewatch this. Then subscribe, because we do deep dive ownership guides like this every single week. Drop your story below. Car, mileage, biggest bill. Because the best education on this channel doesn't come from me. It comes from the people who already paid the price. See you in the next one.